Hey guys, this is Kevin Ray with Keller Williams Denver Southeast, and just checking out. Sorry, got text coming in here. We're on I-70 eastbound out of Denver, so we're about 10-15 minutes east of the Denver metro area, so kind of 470 and past DIA. We're coming up on cluster of communities here. We've got Bennett, Watkins out here. We've got Bennett, Byers, and then Strasburg. And so a lot of folks moving in, a lot of folks moving out of Denver, coming out this way just because of land prices, and you can get some good acreage out here. And then a lot of folks, what we're seeing, a lot of folks moving to being transferred into work somewhere in the Denver metro area and wanting some acreage, either horse property or just don't want neighbors on top of you. So we've been showing quite a bit of property out here in recent months, so I thought we'd kind of put this up and show you guys what it's like, what the commute's like. So it's about noon, about 1 o'clock on a Thursday. This is pretty typical traffic pretty much all day long for this stretch of I-70. Good roads, open, good lanes here, good visibility unless it's snowing, which it does quite often and heavily out here. So, we're about pushing the end of October right now, so you can see all the fields have been harvested for the most part. A gorgeous day for a drive out here in eastern Colorado. And geez, got all kinds of stuff going on. Sorry about the text coming in. So here we're coming up. This is the Bennett exit. So exit 304. So you got truck stop, gas station, all that. Couple restaurants here. And this is one of the larger communities out in this area. This year, this late summer and fall, we've sold quite a few homes in the Bennett area, and looked at a ton more. There's a lot of really nice lots out here. There's quite a few places out here where you can get 30 or so, or 40 acres, and at a very reasonable price. Some of them really low, but also access to them is kind of tough at times. But so we see them on the low side, just below 100,000. A lot of them around the 140 to 160 mark for 38, 40 something acres, up to 60 acres at times. That really isn't bad at all. So in some of these areas, you can see as we're coming through here, you actually do get a little bit of get some rolling hills and a little variation in terrain, and it's not quite so flat all the way around here. But so if you don't like the flat plains out here, there are some areas where you can get some trees, you can get some rolling hills. So now past east of Bennett, now we're coming up on Strasburg, the Kiowa, out here down a little bit to the south, so again, here you can see quite a bit of open space, a lot of farming still going on out here, so a lot of open farmland, quite a bit of oil and gas operations out here, and then a lot of new subdivisions coming in. They're putting in a bunch of basically 1 acre home lot subdivisions out here, just because who doesn't like that? And that's the benefit of living out a little bit out east of town. But as far as commuting into Denver, and through town, God, it's a better commute coming in from here on I-70 into most of the Denver metro area than it is if, say, you live down in Aurora and commuting up to North Glen or Arvada or something. That'll drive you nuts. So this really is a great area to move, to relocate to, and if you're moving and going to be commuting into Denver, even into downtown. So there's a lot of folks looking at that, and I think that's going to be a really big thing come the next few years, next couple decades. I think this is going to be a big big push. All right, we're coming up. We're about a mile outside of Strasburg. So that is mile marker 310, exit 310. So kind of give you some bearings on exactly where it sits. That, and I suppose Google Maps helps with that quite a bit. But so we are about 20 minutes or so past, say, the Chambers exit, Peoria area of on I-70. So into that kind of gives you some bearings on the Denver commute. So there we go, Strasburg exit. You can see a little bit of community built up here. Most of the town actually sits off of the highway a little bit, so can't see a whole lot of it. But it's a neat little town. I guess really not a whole lot going on there that I can tell you about, but it does have some necessary amenities and facilities. You got some gas and some restaurants and all that. So not a not a complete ghost town out here. All right, next town is Byers, and so that's kind of the furthest of the communities. These are right kind of if you look at the map, this east of Denver, and you'll see I-70 shooting eastbound, then it'll take kind of a sharp right and head south towards Lyman. So this is right on that last little stretch, before it heads down further south a little bit. So you can see some hills out here. You do have you get at least something to look at. A lot of open grassland. Cool in the spring and summer. You can see the storms coming across. But you can see the tornadoes too. So a lot of homes out here do have. Most of them should, not all of them do, but you do get a lot of storm shelters. In your properties out here. Definitely a good basement is required for new builds. For older builds, a good storm cellar is a great idea. So now you can see kind of coming over the rise, and look, there's Nebraska out there, I think. So you can see for miles in this part of the country. So just past mile marker 313, so about 3 miles past Strasburg now. So past, I guess for living purposes, these are Byers is as far out as Byers, really, in my opinion, of course, is. I have no idea how you feel about it, but the commute from Byers really is not a major issue, and you're just driving all the time, and it's not stop and go like if you do need to use the interstate to commute through the through the Denver metro area, you're going to be, it'll drive you nuts. It is just stop and go traffic a lot of the day, so not just during the commute hours. So again, I can't stress enough how much I like this area for the commute and for professionals. So and then there's something about living out in the country that just feels good. So and then also just past, I was gonna say just past Byers, the next real town of any size is Lyman, but there is a neat little community, deer trail. It's it might be a little far for a lot of commute, but for maybe retiring on some acreage where you can still get into Denver without any major issue. Deer trail's really a cool area. It's a lot like this where there's a lot more trees than most areas of eastern Colorado, and a lot more variation in terrain. So anyways, this is Byers here. You just kind of see it. There's a couple gas stations, several restaurants, motels, and handful of grain silos. So a lot of agriculture, a lot of farming out in this area. So anyways, that is the tour. I'll turn the camera off for a little bit. Maybe check out Deer Trail and Lyman on the way through there. But thanks everybody for watching. This is Kevin Ray. I am partnered with Laura Ray, so we are Kevin and Laura Ray. We work with we're realtors in the Denver metro area and service basically all of the Denver metro area and out here in the eastern Colorado plains, Byers, Bennett, Strasburg, Lyman, Parker, you name it. We're kind of we're out here and love it. So let us know any questions you have. Give me a call, area code 720-595-5508, or check us out. Just shoot me a message on this video if you're watching it on Facebook or on YouTube. Yeah, geez, there's business going on. I better sign off. I've got to take these texts. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll talk with you later. Let me know any questions you have. Thanks.